We have 4 boys, Jonah being the firstborn, quite sensitive. Amos, very easygoing. Gabriel, he's crazy.
He's a 4-year-old.
He is.
Yeah.
And we have Elijah. My pregnancy with Elijah was really difficult. I'd had great pregnancies with my other 2. Elijah started with problems from about 12 weeks. I had lots of bleeding. It was very stressful. Got into bed and I turned to James and just said, "Oh, I feel really uncomfortable." And then having had 2 pregnancies before, the penny drops that my uncomfortable is labour pains. I was absolutely terrified. He was 25 weeks and 3 days when he was born.
Premature birth is a huge global problem. Over 15 million babies will be born prematurely a year, and that in the UK equates to about 61,000 babies being born prematurely, and of those, about 1,000 will die.
He was in an incubator with UV lighting because his skin was so delicate. He was fed through his bloodstream. There was very little we could actually do for him. You feel helpless.
I was really scared of holding him because I was really scared that I would drop him. He was just so small.
I didn't fully understand what was going on and why he was where he was.
Everything was looking good for Elijah. He wasn't on a ventilator, he was just breathing for himself with a little bit of help. He seemed to be doing really, really well.
Everybody tells you how many premature babies they know and how big they are now. They're all 6 foot tall. They all end up being 6 foot tall. But also one of the things that people would say was that if the doctors are all right, then you're all right. But if the doctors start looking worried, then you need to worry. And I went in, the doctors looked really worried.
Elijah just had a routine head scan, which had basically showed that his brain had been starved of oxygen, and so he just had a massive brain damage. There was no chance of him really making any recovery from that. We were both clear that the right thing to do was to move to palliative care and just to basically to let Elijah, to let him die. And so
you have all this emotion and all this love, and he's not there. He's already lived for 5 weeks and he's already died. It's just very hard to get your head around. He's still my son.
He might not be here, but he is here. He's always going to be here.
At the moment, if a woman comes to us as a first-time mother, we cannot predict or identify whether she's going to have a preterm birth at all. We only become aware of them when they turn up in labour ward in labour. And at that point, we can do very little to improve the outcome of the baby. The research we're doing should hopefully identify the mechanisms that are causing preterm birth. One of the major causes is the evidence of mild infection in the reproductive tract. So what we're trying to do is develop a non-invasive test, and this is a bit like the test that you would have if you were having a smear test for cervical cancer. We can take the swab and get a result there and then and be able to reassure the woman about her risk of preterm birth, and we have various interventions that we can give if necessary.
we never kind of really understood why Elijah came early and whether anything could have been done earlier on to perhaps help. So we thought, let's raise money for Action Medical Research.
Research in the area of premature birth is not well funded at all, and we really need more research money if we're going to understand what causes preterm birth.
I can't explain the impact of the loss of one of our children, and the boys are living without their little brother. The pain doesn't go away, but you adjust to this new life. By funding the research, it gives hope to families. Action Medical Research provide world-class quality research, and if their research can prevent premature birth, it's everything.